Last week I posted a video titled I Don't Know Anything Anymore, and a lot of you, actually way more than I expected, of you resonated a lot with the video and left comments saying that you have been feeling the same for a long time, or you're struggling with the same thing and you didn't really know how to put it into words, and that it helped you, which made me really happy to see that. And if you've not seen the last video, then I mean I'd go watch it if I was you, but I'm pretty biased. I basically just explain how after finishing university and with like this onslaught of like AI, I feel like I've forgotten how to like think for myself, and I'm struggling. I don't feel very educated. I don't feel like I know near as much as I want to know. And that's basically what the video is about, and I just talk about how I want to take my own education into my own hands moving forward, and I want that to be a priority of mine. I actually had a lot of comments of people asking me to document the process of me relearning things again, and to just share videos of how I go about that, and that's what today's video is going to be about. I have seen and heard of this thing going around on TikTok and YouTube in like the academic sort of space, and it's called a personal curriculum. From what I've heard, I think it originated with a woman on TikTok called Parmesan Princess or something. I'll put her handle on the screen. I've not actually seen that original video, I've just seen other videos of people doing their own personal curriculums, but that's I think where it came from. And basically the objective is just to create your own personal curriculum, as it says in the name, and you decide what topics you want to learn about. You break that up into little lessons, different categories yourself, and you can set yourself assignments, you can set yourself a term date or whatever, and you basically just learn whatever you want to learn. It's basically just a way to give structure to learning again, and to hold yourself accountable to actually continuing with these classes, I guess. Anyway, enough of me babbling on. Basically, today's video is going to be me showing how I've set up my own personal curriculum and how I'm going to go about learning. I've not like stuck exactly to what other people do. I've kind of like tailored it around what I want to do with my own learning, because there's some things that just do not work for me, and I think everybody works differently, and it's good to kind of customize it to what you want or how you work, but this is just mine. But yeah, I thought I'd go through it with you. My mum called me and I don't actually remember where I was at, but okay, right, let's break it down. I'm just gonna simplify it because I don't know about you guys, but I quickly get pretty overwhelmed if I have a lot of information thrown at me, and I can just sort of like, well, I just don't do it, or I'll procrastinate or whatever. So let's not do that. We can do this together. Okay, to begin, first step, let's figure out what you want to learn. What is something that you want to learn more about, or you feel you don't know much about at the moment? For me, it's French. I want to get better at my French. I want to learn the language. I want to reach a certain level in French. I want to learn more about history, literature, and I put in creative writing as well, because I'm in the process of trying to write a book. You can add more. I've just put that for now because within those I've got like topics. It's a lot, so I don't want to overwhelm myself too soon, but so yeah, that's the first. Choose those topics. Then we want to split those topics into subtopics. So say for history, I've gone for ancient history. I want to learn about ancient Greece and ancient Egypt and ancient Rome. I want to learn about women in history, throughout history. I want to learn about Victorian era in like England and Britain. So those are like the subtopics that I want to learn about. And I've split those up, and then I am then going to go on to create curriculums for those topics. Or not curriculums, lessons, for those topics. Then we want to find as many resources as we can on those subtopics. So, for instance, for creative writing, I've got a book by James Wood. I've got How Fiction Works. I've got Your Creative Masterclass. That's another book I've got. I've got And I've got essays saved, I've got quite a bit there to read for history. I've saved some more books as well. I've saved podcasts. There's videos that I'm going to watch on YouTube. There's so much out there to use. There's also free courses that you can do where they have like basically like lectures and notes and stuff that you can use for free. I mean, there is like a whole world of resources out there for any topic of your choosing. So basically just do as much research as you can, compile them, make links. I'll show you how I do it on a template on Notion, which is pretty helpful. But that's the third step. Then fourth step, you need to ask yourself, how will you create lessons from these resources? Will you have a lesson where you watch this lecture and you create notes? Will you have a lesson where you research into a certain article and you analyze it and you pull the most important stuff out of it? Basically, you can create whatever lessons you want out of these resources. For me, they're going to be just like research lessons, I guess, or research study. For the writing, I'm going to be actually writing for some lessons, and some lessons are going to be researching into famous writers' techniques. And that's basically it. Like, it's not that complicated, and you can like make it as pretty as you want it to be. What I've done, I'm just looking at my iPad, because what I've done is I downloaded a template, a study planning template, onto Notion. Notion's free, you can get it online or on your iPad, on whatever. And this is the little template. I've got a screen recording where you'll be able to look at it properly. And I've split it up into creative writing, history, literature, and French. And then if I click into, say, creative writing, it'll say my goal. I've got a section for notes, readings, and syllabus. It'll show my different lessons that I've created for myself. And what I'm gonna do as well is put time limits on those lessons. So say this is a 45-minute lesson, and if I have a 45-minute block in my day where I can dedicate to sitting down and studying a certain topic, then great, I can tick that one off. I'm not the type of person who can stick to a very strict schedule or structure. Can't do it. Doesn't work for me. I will just put it off. I'll ignore it. I just will not do it. So what I'm gonna do is, like I said, just give myself different options of like lessons that I can do and how long they'll take, and I can just choose whatever I want to do in the moment, instead of feeling like, oh, I need to stick to this like scary anal laid out schedule. It's like, no, I can just do whatever I feel in the moment, and that makes it a lot less daunting for me. Honestly, I'm so excited to do this. I have little notebooks as well that I'm going to be using to write some notes in. I have a notebook for each topic or module, as I'll be calling them. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's just something so fun about it. Like, it almost feels like that exciting part about going back to school when you know you've got all these things to learn and it's, you know, all this potential, but then it's not. There isn't the stress of the deadlines and the fear of, you know, not passing assignments, whatever. It's like you just get to learn. And I understand that not everyone gets as excited about the thought of learning, but if you're on this video, then I'm sure you do. And yeah, I don't know, it's cool. And I think this template is great because you can make it so cute to look at. And when I'm looking at it right now, I'm actually just excited to do some studying, do some work. I feel like I literally just like speed ranted at the camera, and I've said so much and I'm not even sure if I covered what I needed to say or if that made any sense. But that is what you're getting with this channel. Like I said, I'm not super structured or not super like good at organizing things. So yeah. If you have any questions, ask me. Also, there's so many videos on YouTube and online about these personal curriculums. I'm gonna link the Notion template down in the description, and maybe some other YouTubers' videos on this, because they're quite handy and I'm not great at explaining things. But yeah, so this is what I'm gonna be doing. in my basically just moving forwards for the autumn term. I don't know what that was, autumn term. And I will be doing videos where I kind of document my learning and the studying process. So yeah, if you want to watch that, then definitely keep an eye out. But that's all I've got for today. Thank you for being here. I love you as always, and I'm proud of you for everything. Because we're all just out here trying our best, and I think that's pretty cool. Anyway, okay. See ya.